Well, hey there, friends. Grace and I hope you're having a great day out there in your gardens. Grace is on the hunt for something that she feels is living inside the library this morning. And while doing so, she pretty much decimated all my Nicotiana in front of the library window. But it's all right. I think this video is going to cover another week in my cut flower garden. It's currently August 3rd, it's Monday, and this morning I'm setting up a hydrangea shoot for some of the companies that I work for. And here's the thing, I moved all the chairs so that the background would be the garden instead of the garden library. And I really like this, and it has completely confused me on the current layout that I have here in the book nook. So let me know what you think. I don't know, maybe when we have people over, I just move the chairs around so they look like this. Anyway, I cut some hydrangeas this morning. So back here, we have limelight hydrangea. Annabelle is in the perfect stage for drying. It's nice and papery and green now. We have Gatsby Gal hydrangea, more limelight, and underneath here, the one that's colored up and is that beautiful lime green and chartreuse color, that is Firelight. So I just wanted to gather up some hydrangeas and showcase them for this week's photographs. Well, I can't believe that it's already time to start planning and even planting for next growing season. What I'm going to be getting around to this week is putting in my fall bulb order with Longfield Gardens. I'm going to order daffodils, tulips, and most importantly, I'm going to select the lilies that I'm going to grow next year. And that will help me determine what supporting flowers to purchase. Now, what we're cutting right now is Potomac Lavender Snapdragon. This is a group 3-4 Snapdragon. Group 1 and 2 thrive in cool temperatures, short days, and low light levels. Group 3 and 4 are the opposite. They're better for warm days and long days. So when it comes to fall planting snapdragons, I want to select group 1 and 2. And I'm going to start those in 2 weeks. And I used to overcomplicate growing snapdragons big time. Here's what I do now. I plant group 1 and 2. I start the seeds in mid-August. They grow under lights until mid-September. In mid-September, I plant them out in the garden. That gives them about a month to a month and a half to get established in the garden before our first expected frost, which is generally Halloween. And that's the timeline I've been using for the last few years, and it works out great. And I hold back on planting group 3 and 4 until very early spring of the following year. You can see it's August 3rd, and group 3-4 snapdragons are still doing great and producing tons of stems for the flower stand. Wow, those are lovely. This is Potomac Lavender Snapdragon, which is a group 3-4. Last weekend, my daughter and I went to Cape May. We spent some time at the beach, and I'll tell you what stuck with me. It was this one Agastache planting. I think it was Agastache, some kind of beautiful brown feathery looking grass, and it was underplanted with verbena. So let me know if you recognize that specific variety of Agastache. But the footage I'm going to show you next is from the end of our trip where we stopped by Beach Plum Farm, which is a farm that supplies tons of food to all the local restaurants. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Aren't these amazing? I could just watch them work all day long. Well, it's Tuesday now. I just got back from my parents' garden, and I'm going to be taking you over to their house tomorrow to update you on how their front yard is looking. I wanted to give you an update here in my garden on how the catmint is looking. So this big drift of catmint I cut back all the way to the ground on July 5th. Man, that heat wave and the drought really did a number on the catmint, and it was just looking crummy. Normally, I just trim back the top and keep it off the grass, but this year I decided, you know what, I'm going all the way back down to the ground and I'm going to let it send up all new foliage. Well, today it's August 4th, so essentially a whole month has passed and it looks fantastic. Now, I don't see any bloom stalks yet, but judging by how big these plants are and remembering what they look like in May into June, I'm guessing it's going to be, what do you think, Grace? 2 more weeks until we see all fresh blooms on this drift of catmint. So that was really exciting to see. But tonight I'm making a pizza, right, Grace? So we need to head up to your daddy's garden and pick some peppers. And on our way over there, I want to show you this blue boy dahlia. I love the color on this dahlia. It's a nice, vibrant lavender. And speaking of dahlias, I can show you some dahlias that have started to bloom in the raised bed garden. I also have 2 more successions of sunflowers. This is my newest planting. And this one back here is about a month old. So this year I'm doing all dinner plate dahlias. So here we have Breakout, Cafe au lait, a little more Cafe au lait there, is intermingling with Ami Magus. Now this one is supposed to be Purple Tahijo, or however you say that, but that is not what Purple Tahijo looks like. This one is also supposed to be Purple Tahijo, and that is not accurate either. This one is Tasuki Yori, and there's another word on the end of that name, so I'll put it on the screen. But these are just getting started back here in the raised beds. We'll have a bigger show in about a month's time. And how about this single volunteer sunflower coming out of the ground right next to the raised beds? Isn't that magical? I love that so much. Covered in blooms. What a wonderful day. Great silence. 2 diva here. Anyway, we'll talk more about dahlias in the future. Let's go pick some peppers. Are you gonna come on the deck with me? Say, no, I'm scared of the deck, Mommy. Okay, I think what we need is maybe 3 or 4 spicy peppers, but not too spicy. So I'm thinking maybe Hungarian wax. Let's see what Nick has right here. He's got rue, a bunch of different kinds of basil, a purple basil. This African basil looks so beautiful in bloom, and we both agreed we want to put that down in the main garden next year. Now I just want a mild pepper for our pizza. This is sweet banana. Those look pretty small still, so I'll leave those on the plant. I don't think we want cayenne peppers on our pizza, but these Hungarian wax might work. Oh boy, it's loud up here, isn't it? Gracie, you want pineapple? Oh, she does like it. Okay. Who knew? She's like, well, it has cheese on it. Of course I like it. Gracie, where's your pizza man? Where's your pizza man? Go get him. Go get your pizza man.
She's like, no, that's real. That's real.
Well, I didn't expect this tonight. I guess they're having some kind of community celebration at the park near us. Gracie does not approve. Well, it's only 6 a.m. the next day, and I already feel like I've lived an entire day. This morning at 4:30 a.m., Grace and I came out to the garden and immediately she was sprayed in the face by a skunk. It happened somewhere over by the library. It was too dark. I didn't actually see it happen. I just smelled it immediately. And now I'm starting to wonder if I have skunks living under or near the library. I mean, I must, because she got sprayed somewhere back here. Oh, you smell it immediately now. So I've got fans going in the library. The library stinks like a skunk. Grace still stinks like a skunk even after 2 baths. I don't know. I think I might have to take her down to the creek. Let's see if she'll actually walk back there or not anymore. Grace, what do you think? Oh, it smells so bad. Oh my gosh, it smells awful. Are you nervous? I know I'm nervous too. Right after it happened, she came and kept rubbing her face in the stones here. Oh, don't go back over there. Okay, hold on. All right, I've officially given Grace 7 baths and she still stinks. I even tried this baking soda, dish soap, and hydrogen peroxide mixture. That kind of worked. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out where in the world these skunks are, and I think they must be under the library, right where she's signaling to me. Kind of near the main window. I don't know. I looked over here for a hole to try to see if I could find their den. Sorry if this part sounds different. I don't have my mic on. But I can't really see anything back here. I mean, maybe it's back here, but I don't really want to venture back in there. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep her inside in the early morning. Ugh, Grace, what a mess. You know what? I stink, she stinks, and our house stinks, and the library stinks. I need to go out and get some candles or something. All right, let's go grab a coffee and take our mind off of this. Please tell me it's not living in the library. That's not possible, right? Grace, I'm gonna need you to speak English. I gotta know what's going down. What a day. We're over at my parents' garden this morning. My dad's not running the train today, but I wanted to show you his cute little village that he has near his garden railroad. I love his use of coleus. It brings so much color to the garden. And I like the little golden retriever that he has there and the little gnome climbing up to his house. It's just really fun and whimsical in their garden. Their crepe myrtle is in bloom at the moment. And their limelight hydrangeas have gotten so big over the last 3 years. They're probably 7 feet tall now. They have lots of fun, whimsical, and colorful art in the garden this year. But let's head to the front now and see how the garden renovation that we did last year is looking. I'm happy to report that all of the Instant Hedge boxwood units made it through the winter season over here at my parents' house. Now, what I'm really hoping to see is some nice growth on these boxwoods next spring. You know, they all made it through, but I do not believe they put on any new growth this year. And once we start to see new growth, then I can really breathe a sigh of relief and know that they've rooted in and that hopefully they are going to stand the test of time. Now, my goal up here was to make this a very, very low maintenance garden. And I think we have accomplished that. And now, oops, sorry, we went out of focus. There we go. And now it's really just a waiting game. We have to wait for things to get bigger. We have to wait for the hellebores to carpet the interior of this secret garden. So we put all of these hydrangeas and boxwoods in last fall, so they really did not grow at all this year. Eventually, they're going to hit right underneath this window, and then they'll slope down because the land slopes down. So that'll really be beautiful once those fill in. But you know, this year I'm just happy to see that everything made it through the winter. So mission accomplished there. Eventually we'll have a carpet of hellebores in this garden. I might pick up a few more hellebores for them. We did mainly Maddie marble in here. And we did the stormproof hydrangea. Let's go over to the pots because this is the area where my mom had a problem and also I had a problem. So we put white cascading hydrangeas in these pots originally, and we had blue cascading hydrangeas at my house. Let me just step over the hedge here a second. Well, we had a really harsh winter. All of our cascading hydrangeas died back to the ground. And then really in terms of putting on blooms that, you know, cascade over pots, that really did not happen at all. Now, if we had a more mild winter, you know, would they look great? Would they look like the pictures? I'm just not sure, but I would not repeat that planting. So my mom popped hers out, I popped mine out, and you can see we both have fresh new plants in our containers. So that's the main lesson from over here at my parents'. So I'll just walk backwards a second as I say goodbye to you. It turns out that I did everything wrong when it comes to a dog getting sprayed by a skunk. I guess you're not supposed to get them wet right away. You're supposed to put that paste on, let it dry for about 20 minutes and then wash them, which is the exact opposite of what I did. I washed her 2 or 3 times before I read about the paste. But live and learn. But please let me know if you've had this experience where you have skunks on your property, where your dog's gotten skunked, and especially are the skunks living under the library? Is there any way that I can really know where they're living? If I have a mother? I don't know what to do about all this, friends. But anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me during this crazy week of gardening. I'll see you next time. Hopefully it'll be a less eventful week. Bye, friends.